obviously, the Trump administration has had some successes and some people would say some failures. So, ceasefire, just give you all a little bit of an update on what Trump said about the ceasefire that is in place and it is holding. So, nobody is fired or done anything since Trump got mad, but this is him being mad and him cussing out reporters as well as talking about Netanyahu breaking a ceasefire initially. Check it out.
Israel says that Iran violated the peace agreement, the ceasefire agreement. Do you believe that Iran is still committed to peace?
Yeah, I do. They violated it, but Israel violated it too.
Are you questioning if Israel is committed?
Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I'd never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because the one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand?
All right, so that was Trump dropping the F bomb earlier today. And again, the ceasefire is holding. That has been reported to the news. I can show that too if y'all want me to show that. But long story short, how do you guys feel about the first 6 months that Trump has been in office in a general sense? Anybody can
I'm
give
still
it.
feeling good about him and everything he's done. He's done what I voted for, so I can't be mad at that. And it's only been 6 months, so we have to give it time. We still locked in for another 3.5 years,
I
but
could
I'm happy
say,
with it. I
hmm
could never imagine what it's like to be a politician or the president and have to be obligated to make so many different people and groups happy at the same time. So it could be political theater, but I think he's doing the best he can do with what he has. This is a completely different administration than his first one. Like the whole everything about it is just different. So I know he got sabotaged a lot during his first term. I wouldn't be surprised if it's still some people behind the scenes trying to sabotage him. So hopefully it'll all get worked out. But I think I think Israel and Iran, I don't know. I hate that we're so wrapped up to in it and that we've always been wrapped up in it. But I'll let somebody else say something. You're
Cool.
muted.
Anybody
you're
else on their
muted.
thoughts on Trump's first 6 months in office?
I agree with what Molly said. I think that he is actively working on the things he said he would be working on and doing. Um, Based off of the numbers, he's made significant impact on the borders. And I mean, I honestly haven't paid as much attention to a presidential election and all of the politics ever before until this particular election. So I can't say, I don't know if what I'm about to say is true or not, but from my recollection, Trump seems to be the president that has had to deal with the most, um, how would I say it, anti him
Yeah.
than any other president I can think. Like I'm often really shocked at how many people in the government are adamantly trying to get the public to turn against the president while he is the president. And to be dealing with that, but staying focused on being the president, that to me in and of itself speaks volumes. I agree with what Molly said. I really do think that this go round, he is attempting to do the best he can. Not that he wasn't before, but I think he has taken his first term and really learned from it, and he's applying it and doing the best that he can do this term. Doesn't mean I understand or agree with everything, but in general, I think that he's doing a good job.
Slimmy, what do you think about the job that the press is doing?
I think he's compromised, so they got him by the balls. He doing what they tell him to do.
What do you mean? Please elaborate, sir.
Going to war like you don't. We don't have no reason to be there. We don't have no reason to help out Israel, but they got him by the balls, so he doing what they told him to do.
Do you think that the strategy worked though? Because we haven't seen a ceasefire in our lifetime, or Iran actually, submit or actually said that they wanted to work towards a peace deal. But it seems like it's now taking place. Do you think that it was all part of a strategy that we didn't understand, but that actually worked?
Nah, I think this is just the start of World War III. It's just the beginning. It's gonna get way worse. Um, what I really think going on is all that shit that had to do with them borders. All this shit is coordinated, and it's gonna get ugly. I think it's gonna get real bad. They talking about a lot of shit about Russia might get involved and some weird ass shit, man. I really hope none of that shit happens. Cause we've never seen a real war like this of this magnitude ever fought on US soil. And I really hope that's not what takes place. I really hope that's not what takes place. Cause that's what it's really leaning towards.
You
Because
think it's World War III, Slimmy?
who's to stop them? Man, you can't tell nobody they can't have some type of weaponry. Who are you
Well,
to tell
excuse me.
somebody they can't? Who are
Oh,
you to tell somebody they can't have some type of weaponry to protect themselves from the people that have been attacking them? They got attacked unwarranted,
I agree,
So
Slimmy.
and then
let
they
me
got
ask you a
attacked.
question, Slimmy. Let me ask you a
Ho, ho,
question.
ho. They got attacked unwarranted, and then all of a sudden the United States just like, hey, we gonna give y'all this amount of time. Boom, we right in it. That's bullshit. What the fuck you in it for?
So, Slimmy, you think that it's okay for Iran to have nuclear weapons?
You, what I'm saying is you can't tell somebody how to protect themselves. You cannot tell some. You can't dictate that shit. It's not your job.
Hmm.
Like everybody got. I mean, think about this. Everybody has nuclear weapons. Who are you to tell this one country like, hey, you can't have that shit? Who the fuck are you? Sooner or later, you keep playing bully at the playground, somebody gonna pop you in the face, and then if it could be a bunch of people that you bullied that come try and jump you. Like, let's
So
just be
you
real
think
about
that
that shit.
Iran bully could come and jump the United States of America?
No, I'm thinking that the United States has made a lot of enemies over the years, and they could all very much get together and just say, fuck y'all. And we are, and who's to stop them from doing that shit? Who's to say that this isn't the first step in that direction? Because why are you getting involved? It made no sense. It made no sense. Like, it made none whatsoever. Like, we sitting here, and the problem, and what people aren't thinking about is it's Americans over there that this shit could turn real savage real quick for people that's already over in the Middle East. They could just start killing them just because. Then they saying they hit these, man. It's just a bad look. It's a bad look.
So you think that we should let every country do whatever it is that they want to do?
I think certain times we just need to stop backing a certain group and a certain country and let them fight their own fucking wars. They went and picked a fight, let them fight it themselves. Because who's to say who gonna really win this shit? If America gonna jump in every time these motherfuckers uh pretty much pick a fight, when you gonna ever know if they could really handle some shit for themselves?
Well, I don't 100% agree with that overall, right? Because, for example, why would let's use a far out example. Let's say Canada got into it with somebody. Do you think that we shouldn't align with Canada to make sure that they okay, even though they're a border country on the United States of America,
Yeah,
and we have
I
a
don't.
financial hold on, and we have a financial interest in Canada remaining healthy?
Um, well, I think the difference is they're right upstairs. So I think we definitely have an obligation to help them because they're connected to us. I don't see the like Israel is over there. Israel's over there. So If a country decides to do something to the U.S., Israel is safe. They're not affected by that.
But
Canada,
you don't think that
but
we
what
have some level of a financial interest in what happened? Because that's the only reason that I could come up with of why we are aligned with
oh,
Israel. I
it's
don't believe,
beyond
like
financial
I'll give you an
interest.
example. One of the things that Trump did in order to try to help work towards uh, getting some form of a peace deal or a ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine is they said, listen, we helped you, we helped supply you, but at the same time, we want a mineral rights deal that would allow for us to be able to recoup our investment that comes along with being a partner with Ukraine in order to ensure that Russia don't completely crush you, right? So there's a financial interest that comes along with that. And I think that there's always a financial interest that comes along with anything war related, in addition to the military industrial complex. So, what I'm asking is, do you think that we should just let everybody in the world do whatever it is that they want to do?
Certain, I'm gonna say this again. I'm only talking about this. I have nothing to do with what everything else goes on. What I'm talking about is this instance. In this instance, we
Mhm.
needed to stay the fuck out of it. We had no reason to jump in.
I
Outside of the
believe that.
fact,
I believe that too, Slimmy. I believe that at
outside of the fact,
first.
outside of the fact that obviously they own the United States. And no, I'm not wrong. No, I'm not. I
I
know for a
believe
fact
that
that I'm
too
wrong.
at first, Slimmy. But now that I see that toward, it moving more towards, now that I have hindsight of how things played out, and the fact that we've never seen Iran actually listen to the United States of America outside of us sanctioning them. You don't think this actually played out for the better? Like that it was a chess game that Trump won?
No, this had. I don't see. The thing is, like, this isn't about Trump. This isn't about Trump. This
Well,
is
he's
about,
our commander in chief.
yeah, but this isn't about. What I'm saying is, Trump is the president. It wouldn't have mattered who it was. It wouldn't have
Oh,
mattered who it
absolutely,
was.
it was, Slimmy.
No, what? Well, you gotta let me land. So it
Okay,
wouldn't have
I'm
mattered
sorry.
who it was because honestly, I think personally, if it was Kamala Harris in office, it would have happened already. They would have joined in immediately. It would have all been taken, like everything would have happened immediately because
Well,
none
Kamala
of these.
didn't support Israel though.
It don't matter. She don't have to. It doesn't matter who they support. These people are figureheads. They are figureheads. They do what they're told.
So
I
you
know.
think that if Kamala Harris was in office, it would have played out the exact same way as what Trump
Yeah,
just did? No,
I think it would. I'm pretty sure it would have. I'm
no,
pretty sure it would have. Like
I
you
don't
can't
believe
have all these. You can't have all these deities in place in this country and then tell them no when they tell you we need you to do something.
I don't believe
Hey,
that at
we
all.
we always do
Well, if they aren't
everything.
funding you, you kind of can say no because they're not really sponsoring you. So
You say
if
what?
they're not backing you, then how do you not say no? If
What do you
Israel
mean?
isn't necessarily sponsoring Kamala's campaign, why would she tell them yes? She's not benefiting off of them.
Fuck that campaign. That shit don't have nothing to do with it.
I'm just,
Man,
but they get their
that shit don't
money
have
a
nothing to
lot
do
of
with
the
it.
time from
Nah,
Jewish donors.
that. But
So
what
if
I'm
she's not
saying is,
supporting,
it
go ahead, I'm sorry.
it doesn't matter if they're supporting her campaign. If she would have got in, it's over her head. Don't matter. It's over your head. They're gonna try to get some pushback. No, no, no. You're gonna do this, or we gonna do this. There's no telling what will happen because they have us by the balls financially. There's no doubt about that.
How do you know? How do you figure they have us by the balls financially, Slimmy?
That time,
I'm
every
just asking. I don't know.
they own everything with the U.S. All of their banks are here. Everything.
We're
They
baby
got us.
England. And we keep
Pardon me.
forgetting that we're baby. I said we're baby England. And we keep forgetting that as a nation, we're still baby England. And so we kind of, England and in the whole kingdom, they were involved a lot with the Jewish people in the banking system. So if we brought a lot of that stuff over here and just took over, we've always kind of been in bed with Israel. Nothing
That's my
has really
point.
changed.
That's my
So I
point.
mean, it's just no point in getting like super emotionally aroused about it because it was founded like this though. You
Who's
have the
getting emotionally
whole
aroused?
I'm just saying just in general though. I'm just but like and then always saying I know we can always complain about like Jewish people and the banking system, but we're still using it. So
I don't know, Slimmy. I don't necessarily agree. I agree with some things that you're saying, but I think that other things you might be a little bit off on. Um, I don't think that it would be the same if Kamala Harris was in office at all. Um, I just don't. I don't believe a lot of the different things that's going on. I know that there's things that nobody knows is happening behind the scenes, but then at the same time, again, I do believe that in hindsight, seeing how things played out, that the best possible outcome played out. And no, I don't think that Iran should have a nuclear weapon at all. I think Iran played a huge role when it came to a lot of the military equipment, a lot of the drone strikes that played out between Russia and Ukraine. I think that they have continued to fund some of the most crazy things that's happened across the world as far as their allies and the people that they rock out with. And I'm also very confused at how some of the people in the chat is saying that Iran, how people are in support of Iran. I
Well,
am so
well, well. Let me ask this.
confused. I
Why?
don't know how people are actually making a case for Iran. Honestly, I don't. If they were making a case for Iran, the people of Iran, because I don't think that the people in Iran, Iranians, are bad people. But how can they support a regime that says death to America? I just couldn't fathom this. Like if this was the 80s, if this was the 70s, everybody would be united and saying anybody that says death to America, hell no. We don't rock with y'all at all. But I am so confused how people are just so anti-America that they would make a case that Iran that they rocking out with Iran, and that shit is weird to me. It is so
Okay.
weird to me.
So let me ask this. Why shouldn't Iran have one, but Israel should?
I don't think that Israel should either. I don't think that just because one person is doing something wrong, that another person can be justified in doing it also. Just
So
because I don't agree with Israel either. I've never said that Israel is doing the right thing, but it doesn't mean that I then think that Iran should do it also. I think that neither one of them should have a nuclear weapon.
right.
But
So
I'm not going to say
okay.
that Iran should have one just because Israel got one. I don't think that either one of us should.
But the thing is, though, like you can't go after a whole country and go to war on that basis, though. Like neither of them, if neither of them should have it, why are we going to war to stop them from getting it? While this other country could be cooking that same thing up. We not
Because one of them
we
is
not
our
did.
ally and the other one is not. If you listen, if
Are they
you
really
sit
an
here,
ally or do they
you
or
my
do the
homie, you my homie, me and you, we dogs, you my dog,
right?
and you walk around with a pistol because you want to make sure that you protect yourself. I'm not gonna say, yeah, man. I think that the op should have a pistol also. Of course, I'm gonna support you because you my dog. Now, I don't want you walking around here with a pistol, but I'm not gonna sit here and justify the ops having one also. No, I don't want them to have one. No, I don't want them to have weapons to be able to come at us. I think that we are right. I'm always gonna be on the side of right when it comes to us. I'm always gonna be aligned with my people. I'm never going to be aligned with the ops and saying, you know what? I think that they should have the right to be able to fight back. No, fuck them. Fuck everything
Okay,
that they talking about.
okay. So keep that same hypothetical. And so say that I got this gun, I got this strap, and I just go run around pistol whipping people. I'm just pistol whipping. I'm just pistol whipping
Well, then
people. I'm
me and
just
you got to
pistol
have a
whipping them with it.
conversation. Me and you got to have a conversation.
Okay. No,
Slimmy, stop pistol whipping niggas. But can't nobody say shit about Slimmy. You know
all
why?
right.
Because Slimmy is my dog.
No. But then I'm
And
like, no.
I'm always gonna be in the best interest of what's best for America.
Well, wait. But what I'm saying is, while I'm pistol whipping them, I'm like, Anton gonna help me. Anton gonna help me. Anton gonna help me, and I'm
And
just
if they
pistol
fire
whipping
and if
people.
they fire back at you, then shit, we going to war then, nigga.
That's my point.
What's your point?
That's my
I just
point.
justified it.
You
If
can't
Slimmy
you
is going to war, then
that's
Anton is
not
going to
right
war with
though.
Slimmy.
It's not
Okay,
right
but
though.
it's that's me and you gonna have a conversation on the side. But that
Right.
motherfucker don't. But he don't get to have a conversation.
But okay, fine. But what you can't do is you can't just jump in there and say and start pistol whipping too.
What do
It's
you
just
mean? What? So what
you
do you
can't just
mean?
jump in there and start pistol whipping too. It's going to be
Which can't help
ramifications.
me.
But wait a minute, it's ramifications for that.
No, it's not because we got bigger guns and we got a bigger army.
There you go. You just said
We
it.
got bigger guns.
There you go.
But
And
why
be
did you?
and so
But why did you start pistol whipping a nigga? That's the question.
exactly.
No, no,
But
no. Why
why?
did you start pistol whip? Because that nigga's a terrorist.
No. Well, you
Because
don't.
that nigga, because he said death to Anton, and you was like, nah, you can't say death to Anton, nigga. Get your ass up in here.
But what if they were really saying that because you was cool with me, and they knew
Either
that I
way,
secretly, and they
he
knew.
can't say
Well,
death to Anton, and he can't be in proximity of firing off on Slimmy.
okay, but what if they knew that I'm blackmailing you? I'm blackmailing
Oh
you.
no, Slimmy. See, you make it
Yeah.
now. See, now you getting it you going way too far.
No, but this is the thing. This is what I'm saying because Israel got us by the balls,
I don't
and
believe
these
that.
countries know that, and these countries
I
know
don't
that.
believe that, Slimmy. I don't believe that Israel got us by the balls. I don't believe that.
Yeah, they definitely do. They definitely do.
I
Because
don't
we
believe
don't.
that.
They every time it never fails. We always build them out.
What if
The same thing
we're
that I would do for you, and you would do for me.
what if they're in bed with each other though? I don't think they necessarily have us by the balls. I think we've always worked together. I think we've
Okay,
Ain't
what do
always
we
nobody
worked
benefit?
together.
listen.
What do we
So
benefit?
listen.
What do
Okay,
we
let's use a
benefit
better
from
example.
helping this country
Let's
so
use a
far
better
over?
example. Let's use a better example. Quentin crashes out sometimes. Quentin times people out in chat sometimes. Quentin blocks people sometimes. Quentin calls people bitches sometimes. Guess what? Nobody can tell me anything about Quentin. I'm gonna say, Quentin, come on, man. Please don't time niggas out. And then when Quentin Quentin was more upset at the fact that the chat voted to remove his wrench that I had to get his wrench back so he wouldn't have a pity party. Quentin still has wrench powers to time niggas out. What am I gonna do? Right? It reminds me of Goodfellas. Remember when the guy went and was complaining that Nikki was out here terrorizing terrorizing his restaurant, and he was like, "What are you gonna do? I got a bad kid." You know what I'm saying? He's a good guy, but he fucks up some shit sometimes. What am I gonna do? I can't go against Quentin because Quentin is my dog. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. Nobody can say anything about Quentin.
I think that's the problem though, because we don't we let them get away with too much, man. We bail them out too often, man. Like then and then you got to think. I ain't gonna get into that though. I ain't gonna get into all the shit that go on in this country. I know everything about loyalty. Don't ever type that dumb shit again. We talking about something totally different. We talking about going to war with two different countries. You sound stupid as fuck. Talking about loyalty. The US is loyal to a fault to the wrong fucking people. To the wrong motherfuckers.
What if
I'm
they
gonna
bail
say that
us out
straight
though,
up.
Slimmy? What if
Hey,
it's
how
the
can they
other
how
way
can they bail us
around?
out? How can they bail us out?
They created the banking system.
This is the banking system that was already put in place. And every so see, okay, let's go. Let's do this. So why every time
We got to wrap
why
this up after this one. So
why
after you,
every time somebody tries to break away from that banking system, they get smoked?
Because if you own the currency, why would you not want to keep people using
You gotta answer
your
the question.
currency? Why
That's
would you
not
not
that's
want to keep the control? Why would you
that's not
not want
answering
to
it.
keep I'm
You
just
gotta answer
saying,
the
but
question.
like if you understand, if at one
It's not
point they were loaning money to a king and they stopped loaning money to the king and instead they loaned the money to the land. That way they were guaranteed to get their money back from the people.
Nope. I need you to answer that.
They
I
have
need you
been
to answer
bailing
that.
our politicians out.
Why every
Otherwise, they wouldn't
time?
have,
Why every time somebody tries to get away from that, from this banking system, they get smoked, including one of our own presidents. Why every
because it's
time?
making the entire system run.
What?
They've they've been funding wars for centuries. They've been funding wars on both sides for centuries. They've been in control
Man,
of the money and the money supply and the
th-
banking system. And if we take the gold from other countries and we bring it here to protect it in Texas or wherever, it's all a business, Slimmy. You have to, and it's been this way for centuries. That's the problem. This ain't
okay,
new.
so
You
okay, so
can't
so
just undo something that's been done for
you
centuries.
definitely can try something new. You definitely can try something new. You don't got to keep being in somebody's pocket. But my question is, what I'm saying
The
is,
only new thing we can
wait,
try
hold on,
is a
hold on, hold on,
bartering
Molly,
system where we don't include money, period, and you
hold
just
on. No,
barter
that's
and
not true.
trade. That's it. That's
That-
the only way you can get
That's
out of their system.
that's not true. But the thing is, what I asked is, why are you eliminating? You smoked anybody who stands up against that. Why you gotta kill them?
Because you have to keep control.
But wait. But these aren't your countries.
What do you
These aren't.
mean?
This isn't happening in your country. This is in other countries. In other
Which other
countries,
countries?
Molly.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking for more
I just told
context.
you right here in the United States.
Because we held a lot of the gold, we have the Federal Reserve, we have the US is an empire, but we're also baby England. So if you go back in New England and how we were founded and da 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 da, nothing much has changed. We're just finally seeing that the system is becoming outdated.